What up, Fight World? It's your boy Ego, and I'm back with some more boxing. Now, I just read some funny news regarding Amir Khan. I've said this in previous videos, and I always, probably because Amir Khan has a fan base, I always get slack anytime I say anything negative about Amir Khan. And let me just clarify, for the record, my stance on Amir Khan. Amir Khan is an entertaining fighter because in the past he shows that he has heart and he doesn't make smart decisions in the ring, but it can be entertaining. I mean, there's other fighters like that. Victor Ortiz is not the most defensive minded, smart fighter, but he has an high offensive style that allows for an entertaining fight. So that is enjoyable. But in terms of Amir Khan being this great machine, I see too many flaws in his game plan. He has heart, he has balls, I'll give him that. Um, but as far as him being elite, he's not elite to me. He's an entertaining fighter with sensational hand speed. And I mean, that's pretty much the gist of it. I don't have any problems with Amir Khan or Muslims or Pakistani people or people from England. And that's what I get every time I say a video about Amir Khan. They say, "Oh, you hate people from England or you hate Muslims," all kinds of stupid shit. Really, this is about boxing. It's a boxing video, so that's what this is about. Anyway, I read something recent. They're saying that Amir Khan and Josesito Lopez was a potential fight, but it looks like that one is out the window because Amir Khan and Josesito Lopez can't see eye to eye on the catchweight. As you guys know, Josesito was fighting at 140. He moved up to 147 to fight Victor Ortiz, broke his jaw in an incredible upset. Then he moved up once again to fight the much bigger Canelo Alvarez, and he lost that fight. And he's looking for his next fight since Saul Canelo Alvarez. And he, in the interviews that I seen, he said he wanted to stay at 147. He didn't want to go back down to 140. Amir Khan fights at 140, and it's rather funny. Victor Ortiz was supposed to fight Andre Berto, and Andre Berto tested positive for PEDS, and that fight was canceled. They looked for a last-minute replacement, and they decided that Josesito Lopez was game, and they brought him up from 140 to go to 147, and he had a shocking upset at the weight against Victor Ortiz, and I guess now that's where Josesito wants to campaign. Again, he tried to go up to fight Saul Canelo Alvarez at junior middleweight. That wasn't a good look for him. I knew it probably wouldn't be a good look for him. So in his interviews, he said he wanted to go back to 147. The funny thing is that they were going to match him up with Amir Khan for his next fight. And Amir Khan, his story is pretty much the opposite. Amir Khan, prior to his fight with Danny Garcia, he said he was going up to 147. He said he wanted to begin fighting at welterweight. He said this was supposed to be his last fight at 140. And he was going to move up to 147 to pursue bigger paydays and better matchups or whatever. And then Danny Garcia upset him, and now he's continuing to fight and campaign at 140. So it's just funny to me. I thought it was kind of ironic that through random circumstances, both fighters went to different divisions and decided to stay for different reasons. So that's kind of funny. Amir Khan is staying at 140, it looks like, for right now, and Josesito is staying at 147. So I would have watched Amir Khan versus Josesito Lopez. I think that would have been an interesting fight just because we all know Amir Khan is going to be much faster in terms of hand speed and movement than Josesito Lopez, but Josesito Lopez is always game. He has tremendous heart, and he fought Victor Ortiz, and you've seen how that fight went. That was a pretty good fight. It was actually really good, and it was back and forth action against a hard-hitting Victor Ortiz, who's a big welterweight. So I think an Amir Khan fight would have been good as well. But again, Amir Khan, that fight will not take place, it doesn't look like, because he wanted Josesito Lopez to drop down closer to 140, and Josesito Lopez would fight at a catchweight, but his catchweight was 145. And they also were talking before Josesito Lopez, they were talking about a fight with Amir Khan and Sinchenko. For you guys that don't know, Sinchenko is the one that knocked out Ricky Hatton and shut down his hopes of a unretirement comeback fight with the body shot. And he lost his belt to Paulie Malignaggi. So Sinchenko, that fight with Amir Khan didn't go through because Amir Khan and his team, I guess, wanted Sinchenko to fight at a catchweight because Sinchenko fights at 147 as well. And he wanted to fight at a catchweight, but he wasn't willing to go below 146 pounds. So it's just funny to me because when I made the video, I said I didn't think after the performance Amir Khan gave against Carlos Molina, I mean, he destroyed him, but that's to be expected. You're fighting Carlos Molina, who was an undefeated fighter. I'll give him that. But if you look at his knockout ratio, it wasn't high, and you had to bring him up from 135 to 140, and he's much slower. I mean, he didn't have really many tangibles or anything to make you respect him. So of course you're going to walk through someone who with light punching power that's slower than you and that normally fights at 135 and has never looked good at 140 because Carlos Molina did have, I think Carlos Molina fought at 140, but he didn't look great prior to Amir Khan. I might be wrong on that, but either way, that's what you were supposed to do. It's a light punching 135 pounder that's slow. So it's just funny because after that video, I said I'm not impressed. I have to see Amir Khan get in there with somebody with some punching power, and there's plenty of guys at 140 that have punching power. And if he is able to do what he did against Carlos Molina to Mike Alvarado, Brandon Rios, Lucas Matisse, a fighter, even Brettis Prescott, if he avenges that loss, any fight like that, I would say, okay, he's a changed fighter, but I don't think he's a changed fighter. And it sounds like Team Khan doesn't even feel like he's a changed fighter because first you brought Carlos Molina up in weight, fought him. So that was a tune-up after a loss, a devastating defeat from Danny Garcia. So I get that. You got your tune-up fight. But now it appears that they're still trying to have the upper hand. And I don't know, it's just weird because they're marketing this dude Khan, trying to get the best possible catch weight. And if he's so improved with Virgil Hunter or whatever the situation is, then why do you have to fight Josesito at a catch weight lower than 145 when you were going to move up to 147 anyway? Why do you want to fight Sinchenko at a catch weight lower than 146 when you were already going to move up to welterweight yourself? So it's just funny to me because I was getting slack from certain fans saying that Amir Khan is so much different and he's a much improved fighter with Virgil Hunter, when realistically he had a tune-up fight and he did what he was supposed to do against a much smaller guy with no pop. So I'm not really impressed with Amir Khan again until I see him do that to a fighter who's going to give him something to respect. Now they're talking about Josesito Lopez, since he's going to be fighting at welterweight. He wants to campaign there and stay there. They're talking about a potential Josesito Lopez versus Marcos Maidana. I would definitely love to see that fight. I don't think either fighter really has any quit in them. They both have showed tremendous heart. Marcos Maidana, in his fight with Amir Khan, he got dropped with a tremendous body shot in the very first round. And you could tell he was in pain. He was kicking his feet and squirming like a little kid throwing a tantrum in a grocery store. And he got up like a man. He just got up like a man and finished the fight. And then he gave Amir Khan hellish problems later in that fight. And even though he lost the fight, he almost had Amir Khan out of there. So, I mean, he's definitely showed tremendous heart. Josesito Lopez shows tremendous heart. I mean, I don't really have to explain, but just fighting a much bigger Canelo Alvarez when he's never fought at that weight before, and he barely even fought at welterweight. So, I mean, I think that would be explosive if the two fought. Again, they both have tremendous heart. I'd be anxious to see a fight like that. As far as Amir Khan, I don't really know who he's going to fight next. They were also talking about a possibility for Amir Khan is Humberto Soto. And if they make that fight, I really feel that Team Khan knows that Amir Khan is not ready, and they're just trying to keep his Amir Khan, like him or hate him or love him or whatever. He has a fan base, and he has a UK fan base, so it just feels like Golden Boy is trying to preserve that and keep this dude in the limelight and keep him winning, possibly for a future match with Danny Garcia or a rematch or something. But Amir Khan has to, if he's this elite fighter that some of you guys claim he is, he's going to have to do better than Humberto Soto. Humberto Soto was pretty much destroyed by Lucas Matisse already. And at first it was like a decent fight, but Lucas Matisse was still getting the better of him, and then he ended up winning by TKO. And I don't know if you guys seen Humberto Soto's last fight. I seen some clips from it, but he fought a guy named Silverio Ortiz, and he won by decision, but it wasn't exciting. It wasn't an impressive fashion. So again, if Amir Khan, if that's his next opponent, Humberto Soto, Humberto Soto at the smaller weight divisions, yeah, he was a real problem, but I don't think he has it anymore. I think he's a veteran, but I don't know. He's going to try and bring his all, but he's going to be against someone who's much faster than him. And that, again, that's like another tune-up fight. So my whole thing is, again, if Amir Khan is this great elite fighter who's can beat anyone at 140 like some of you guys project, then why isn't he not having stiffer competition at this point of his career? He has a new trainer who's supposed to be teaching him defense and patience and all kinds of stuff, which is Virgil Hunter, something he didn't get from Freddie Roach. Freddie Roach was busy in Manila and Las Vegas training Chavez Jr. and Pacquiao. So now you have Virgil Hunter's undivided attention. So what's up with all these tune-up fights? Why are you only willing to fight people at catchweights that benefit you? So that's my opinion. I've said enough on this video. Let me know what you guys think. Who do you want to see Amir Khan fight? Truthfully, I would love to see Amir Khan fight Victor Ortiz next. If he wants to get his head knocked off, Lucas Matisse would be another one. I would watch a Danny Garcia rematch, or the winner of Danny Garcia Judah, whatever. But he's looking for a fight. He has a date April 20th, I think. So him fighting Danny Garcia or Zab Judah next is pretty much out of the question, because that fight got postponed and they're not even doing that fight until April 27th. So as far as his very next fight, I don't know who he's going to fight. Brandon Rios is with Top Rank, and I don't think Golden Boy would do him like that anyway and put him against Brandon Rios, a come-forward pressure fighter with heavy hands. Yeah, I really don't know who Amir Khan's going to fight. It's probably going to be someone like Humberto Soto or Jesse Vargas or something. But anyway, let me know who you guys want to see Amir Khan fight for his next fight. And until next video, it's Ego signing off.